Can you hear the sound effect? The music?
Yes, yes.
Probably a little bit too loud.
I can hear the sound of Slanesh. So you have just met
I don't hear any orgasms, sorry.
yet.
Or pains or whips.
You had just met the tech creep.
The
After
tech creep.
releasing him from his captivity. Dras got his upgraded lightning claw. Antioch didn't get anything from the tech creep. You also had the opportunity to raid an armory from the Bleeding Fists gang.
Aren't we going to see the table? The table
You're right.
area? And I have to turn up my camera too.
Now you see the map.
I'm hearing music and it's coming from my way.
It's Slanesh. I'm sorry. You're correct.
Must be.
Corrupted beyond redemption. That is the price of heresy. Okay. At the Hive City then. Hive City Malthrax. Needless to say, your number at the Bleeding Fists gang has had some repercussions. There have been an increased amount of shootouts throughout the city. You can even hear gunshots right now. They are all over the place. You can make out both
sorry,
of these shotguns and Hive Ganger autoguns.
And it's normal day in the certain neighborhoods in my country. Well, not that frequent, but sometimes you would hear a shot in the background.
There are Hive Gangers showing up at the hideout, picking up equipment, and then leaving. It's a busy place now, but there is a small war going on. You are nowhere near the Bleeding Fists territory, which is on the other side of the level. So, since most people around here don't know you, no one comments on what you did. Nobody knows yet, most likely.
Just give it time.
Being famous can have its advantages and disadvantages in this world.
Famous or infamous?
Infamous.
So finally someone that does recognize you show up. He's an injured person. You can see blood all over his left arm. He's out of breath. Barely made it here. Looks up at you. Takes a good look. And with what's left of his strength, holds a word in his mouth. He definitely has something to say. Keeps it to himself. Collapses on the floor, picks up a med kit from one of the boxes and starts applying the pain relieving cream on his wound. Pops a couple of pills. Stays there.
Rush will look at Antioch and say, "Do you know not any first aid?"
Antioch denies. He doesn't know.
Well, okay then. We'll give the guy a moment to try to sort himself out before we start with a question.
Okay.
Does he looks at us, pleading for help or anything like that?
No, he tries to avoid looking at you too much.
Smart.
Make a scrutiny test.
Too much. I fail.
He's injured. He has a couple of bullet holes in his body. And is right now under the influence of the painkillers. It will take him at least 30 minutes to snap out of it.
Also fail.
Does he look like? Yeah, you said he is a ganger.
Yeah.
Is he one? Does he dress as like one of our own gangs that we control, or
He's not a bleeding fist, and the lack of tentacles and fur says that he's not a Muji either.
Is he one of the slippers?
He's not a Nurgle cultist, is he?
He's not, no. Slit
that-
throats? You wouldn't be able to tell if he was with the failed scrutiny tests.
If he was the Nurgle cultist, Antioch would kill him in the spot.
He regains his consciousness. Gets up and starts looking for ammo for his auto gun.
You seem to be very comfortable helping yourself to our supplies, friend.
Your supplies? This is a ganger hideout. This is everybody's supplies.
I'm yet to be convinced you're a member of the Slit Throats.
Slit throats, slit asses, I don't care. It's a war out there. Their fucking arbites are all over.
Crash will crossbolt pistol and hold them up. Rolling intimidate.
Mm-hmm. Roll to intimidate.
Situational bonuses.
Plus 20. Bam.
Natural one.
He takes a step back with fear distorting his face. Alright, you can have your bullets. Takes the magazine out of the gun, starts unloading the bullets on the floor.
I don't want your bullets. I want to know who you are.
I'm Doug.
Dog?
Doug. Don't ask me
Okay.
to spell it. Don't know how to.
Okay, Doug, what gang are you with?
He shows you some of his tattoos. And the tattoos, right. I'm with the Strong. The gang's name is Strong.
Strong.
Doug at the Strong. Got it. All right then, Doug. What is you? Can you tell me what's going on out there? Anything that I might not know being held up here?
He says that the Arbites came down and started blasting. They didn't ask any questions. They aren't looking for anyone in particular, anyone specific. And the rest of the gangs have been fighting with each other because something he doesn't know happened. And now there is Arbites and the various gangs all fighting everywhere. And he barely made it out alive after he ran into a Arbites with a heavy stabber. Heavy machine gun, essentially.
Antioch asks. Antioch asks, and how is the war favoring the strong?
Well, when there's chaos like this, there's always something to grab. When people's attention is fixated on staying alive, they don't pay a lot of attention to their pockets or belongings. Finders keepers. But be careful, or you might find a live round behind your back. He looks at his wounds to the arm and to his side. Or you might catch an Arbites with a face, in my case.
Antioch asks, and what do you want? Do you want this to continue? Or would you rather be a pause in the fighting?
He lets out a pained grunt. When I get stitched back up, I'm going out there to fuck up some RBDs. I won't let this go unpunished. No one shoots me and lives. I'll show them.
Well, as thanks for your cooperation, Doug. You may help yourself to the supplies here.
He doesn't respond to that. He crouches and starts picking up the rounds he dropped earlier, murmuring.
I want to mind problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not that I think he's hiding something from us, but he might know something useful.
Go ahead.
So mind pro. Using the staff. Plus 20. 52. No, wait. With the staff, it's the reverse. So 12. Way less than the limit.
Mm-hmm.
So I pass.
Yes.
And what do I know?
His surface thoughts consist of worry about his physical integrity, worrying about staying alive after being shot, and as you go deeper into his consciousness, you see his memories, his feelings. You can see the comrades he was just fighting with. You can see that most of them died in the encounter. You can see how he woke up today, what kind of drugs he's taken, what he's eaten. And you can see that in the fight he was killing many of the gangers of the rival gangs, just as the RBDs. It was, as he was describing, he wasn't lying when he said it was war out there. It seems that every faction in the Hive City has taken up arms and is out and about to grab whatever is up for the taking. It's a big pie and everybody wants a piece of it.
Antioch looks at Rash, and he says to the ganger,
I'm inclined to believe that the strong are not that strong anymore.
And says so who?
look at you, here, alone, who was just shot. It seems to be. It's probably this was your lucky day. Why don't you join us instead? Join us, and we'll give you the opportunity to take revenge on the arbiters properly. Otherwise, you're free to join the fight and get riddled with more bullets.
That's what everybody says. Who are you? And why was I join you specifically? You don't seem any different from everyone around here. Just because you're wearing robes and you have a stick.
We are pest control. You might consider this option, because the next time you come across us, you will regret refusing our offer.
And what would I gain from joining pest control? What's the daily cut?
Power, money, women, drugs, whatever you name it. Protection also. A privileged position.
He looks at his gun. It's a pretty banged up auto gun. Well, you talk nice. But what about getting me something better than this? So's the auto gun. That's what keeps me alive. Have anything better than that to offer me?
A reasonable request. Let's see what we can find for you.
Do we get access to the armory again, or here in the position that we can find more weapons?
You wouldn't find anything better than what he already has in this room. The armory you were before is thoroughly looted at this point.
Yeah, in the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, would not make sense to return there.
Whatever you have on your person.
I have only 2 last pistols, and I'm not going to give him my Q-Sol crystal caster. Not that he would know how to use it anyway. Also, I don't see Drash part away with any of his weapons.
Well, I have a couple spares.
Something that a normal human could use.
Yes, actually, but I don't think I don't think a hand cannon or a chain axe is really going to help him out in this case.
Hand cannon.
Deals 1 point damage more, but it's like five rounds and doesn't have access to burst forward or
Yeah.
full auto fire.
It's not enough. Thanks for your offer, gentlemen. But I have some more biddies to put down. He turns and goes to join the slaughter.
Well, I don't know about you, Antioch, but I feel like I should get some armor to boost our credibility rather than having you walking around with a space marine. My armor is quite distinctive, you know.
Do you wish to remove it?
If we're going to go undercover, then yes. Though we should formulate a plan to get to the High Archon first.
Do we have a hideout ourselves?
There is a
Here.
place where you can hide, but doesn't have any equipment or anything else.
But we can store equipment there.
Yeah.
Does Drash want to exchange the Space Marine armor for another type of armor? If it exists?
Yes, you would shop around for some carapace to look more bodyguardy.
Okay, makes sense. So I guess we go to whom? To the to the creep mechanicus?
We could look up Jordy or whatever his name is at the armory, but he's probably but his place is probably sold out and burned out right now.
Make a scrutiny or an inquiry test to find out what's up at Jordy's place.
Alright, let me see. Perception 43. Not enough. Fail.
3-degree success.
Oh, nice.
Well, Jordy's place is chock full of people right now, but he has equipped a few thugs with the best he got and has them guarding his shop. So whoever wants to get anything from him has to get in unarmed, get the weapons or whatever else it is they want, and then get out. So it's fortified to the extreme and with some very well armed personnel to keep it from being looted and taken over.
But it is accessible.
Yes.
Okay, then I guess we go there.
Crash will give Antioch a microbead.
Say what again? I can. Your volume is kinda low, Drash.
Drash will give Antioch a microbead.
Microbead. Pardon my ignorance, but what is that?
Basically an earpiece for you to radio.
Oh,
and
communicate.
other
Okay.
folks.
Okay.
And he'll say, "You know, it occurs that it would be more convenient to send you in Antioch."
Understand. So I go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed to enter with weapons, so I have to leave my last pistols at the entrance, I guess, and probably the. Well, they'll ask me for the crystal caster too. I use it on the sleeve, inside the sleeve.
They don't recognize it for what it is.
Okay, and they will not ask the staff neither, I guess.
They wouldn't part an old man of his walking stick. No.
Exactly, my same. I was just waiting for that opportunity, and you stole it from me. Damn you, Pragmatist.
Damn. So there you find Jordy, counting thrones with one hand while giving instruments of death with the other. What would may define Jordy? Hmm. Huge Jordy. So, what would you fine gentlemen want today? We have a sale on armor-piercing rounds for your daily dose of dead diabetes. Suitable for autocannons, auto pistols, autoguns, and whatever else gun you might own.
We need some carapace for how the heaviest to have.
Ooh, you're going for some heavy-duty work, I see. Some heavy carapace. That is very rare stuff.
We just need just whatever you have on hand.
Oh, I have my hands on many things, and many things on my hands. What would you be willing to part with for said set of carapace armor?
Well, since we aren't storing stuff, Drash will lay down a melt bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And also what we will need whatever bolts you have, as well as grenades, and you'll put down the power fist with the electrified bayonet on it.
Well, well, well. I like what I'm seeing. You asked for grenades?
Grenades and magazines for bolter, bolt pistol, and probably for whatever the crystal caster uses, as well as what are you shopping for, Antioch?
I'm actually not shopping for anything for now. I already have. I already have an armor, a carapace armor that I took from the Bleeding Fists armory, and I pretty much don't
Yeah,
have
I've got that.
stats to. I don't have stats for very impressive weapons, so I'll just stick with I have for now at least.
I can get you
There is
the
this thing named Crystal.
grenades and the magazines, but the carapace is on top of the demand list nowadays.
Ash will take out his chain greatsword and lay it on the counter. It is best and has mono.
A chain greatsword. He takes out a small monocle. Starts looking at it. What do we have here?
A relic weapon of sorts, something that's been serving me for some years.
Nice, nice. He immediately smiles, opens a crate with a come on, with a crowbar. Takes out a full set of heavy carapace armor. You can see there are many identical to this in the room. He has a lot of heavy carapace armor sets.
Does it look like it has Arbity's insignia scrubbed off?
You can tell that it has been worn before and has been repaired. It doesn't look like RBT's armor.
Okay, as long as it looks standard issue, I suppose that's what's important.
It looks like it belonged to some sort of PDF from a different planet. And how it found itself here, how Jared found it. Questions that someone might not even want to know the answer to. He gladly takes the chainsword and gives you the crate with the heavy carapace.
Okay. And how many? What does he give us for grenades and ammo?
For grenades and ammo, he gives you 5 mags for every gun you asked for. And for grenades, 6 crack grenades, 2 photon flask grenades, 2 smoke grenades.
Okay, 6 frags, 2 smoke, and what else?
Photon flash.
And how many of those?
2 of those. Smoke and Smoke and photon flash, two of those. Two of each.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I'll be happy to trade more if you want. I have many goodies to give you.
We'll keep you in mind, but right now we've got to go.
Oh, I understand. Business is booming these days. I might go on vacation after the whatever's going on out there is over.
Any of your colleagues that that you would recommend in the meantime?
Colleagues, more like wannabes. No one deals death like Jared. You know how it is. I give it a personal flair that gives it the slight nudge from crude death dealing to art.
Antioch asks him, in what place would you go on vacation?
I'll probably bribe someone to take me to a pleasure world disguised as a planetary noble. Or I might visit one of the other levels that offer recreational opportunities.
What other levels do you think the Archon will be interested?
Oh, the Archon. That's a big fish to fry. Well, if you believe the rumors, he can be seen in the Red Rooms. Some say that they have seen him on the lowest levels, behind closed doors, meddling with things that I dare not name.
I see. In that instance, would you also have stalker bolt rounds?
What bolt rounds, sorry?
Stalker.
Stalker bolt rounds. I have many things, of course.
Was that one of them?
Let me find the ammo tables. Weapon upgrades, special ammunition. Amputator shells, barbed rounds, dum-dum bullets, explosive arrows, hellfire bolt rounds, high-grade promethium, hotshot charge packs, inferno shells, manstopper bullets, metal storm rounds, purified plasma, stalker bolt rounds, tox rounds, corrosive rounds, crippling rounds. And like takes out a whole list of ammunition. You can see the Imperial insignia all over it. It's obviously a stolen shipment.
Anything we could use.
Well, if you're looking to take out multiple opponents, metal storm bolts would be very useful.
I'll take some of those.
Takes out a crate It's 3 magazines worth of ammo. How much is a magazine? Here you ask. Good question, I say. And I answer. It's a total of 96 rounds. Now I can't just empty my shelves like this. There is something that I have to put back. What are you offering in exchange?
I have a chain axe and a bigger chain axe. And what? Oh, take your pick.
He very much likes the big chain axe. I like big axe and I cannot lie, my friend.
Rash will hand it over and give it to him.
He picks it up with such reverence, such affection. He runs his fingernail on every tooth. What a beauty this is! And gives you 1 crate of stocker rounds and 1 crate of metal storm bolts. 96 rounds of its category, of its type.
Pleasure doing business.
Well, the joy is all mine. You are my favorite customers. You like the spicy stuff.
Heavy duty combat. It comes with territory.
Well, whatever it is, keep doing it. I like it.
Rash will take a shit, turn around and walk out the door.
You do so successfully.
Antioch.
Antioch is still enjoying Jared's wares, I'm assuming. Just gazing at the guns, at the ammunition, the grenades, the armor pieces.
Antioch was considering several other questions, but came up with nothing. I guess we're leaving. So the red rooms, but also the lower levels behind doors that the dealer doesn't dare to speak of. Ah.
Well, it seems like it seems like our governor has been a naughty boy. Shall we try to approach him circumspectly, or shall we still try to pass ourselves off as imperial citizens?
Let's start approaching him as respectable citizens, and then we probe and we find what he is hiding. And it will be easy for me.
As you
Unless,
wish.
yes,
As you wish, cryptographer. But I suppose we should get you some credentials.
Do I actually need credentials? I mean, if we could find a forger.
sure, credentials would be useful. We just need to find a forger in that case.
Should we go back to Jordy?
It is possible that he might point at someone.
Very well. Shall we start looking?
Let's go.
All right. Should you roll infamy or awareness to while we sweep around for a forger in the middle of a war zone?
Well, you could have it would be an inquiry or a scrutiny test. Looking for someone, asking around.
I'll go with scrutiny since I don't have inquiry.
And you also get a -20 to that because most people around here are fighting, dying, or hiding.
No, I was thinking going back to the arms dealer and ask him directly if he knows anyone.
That's probably the best idea.
Yeah, there's no point like asking around in the streets during a firefight. Hey, you! Do you happen to know Forger? Like, I don't know how many gangers are fighting. Probably hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah, and his response is gonna be, "What?
What?
Looking for what?
I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I know one." Anyway. Welcome
is
back,
not
my
the best
favorite
time.
customers. Have the weapons I provided you with not been up to your liking?
We are searching
been-
for a different kind of service. We ask you, as you are knowable of those parts. If we can, you know us. If you know where we can find someone dealing in forgeries of, shall we say, documents, official documents.
I see. Well, depending on the type of documents, if you're looking for a pass to get inside a forge or any refinery around here, you probably find an ID on a corpse anywhere on the streets, but I'm guessing you want something spicier than that. I will
Some
direct
sort
you
of
to Sibella.
Sibella.
Yes. She's the lady I go to whenever I need any such services. No, papers for business.
point us the way, and we are going.
And make sure she knows it is I that sent you. Don't be afraid to push her around a little bit if she is unwilling to help. Let's say she owns me a little bit. I'd like her to know that don't forget debts.
Very well.
Every bullet has its recoil.
So I guess he gives us directions, or at least the area where she works or dwells.
Yeah, he directs you to this area. These buildings are a lot stronger. They're made of plascrete instead of the thin sheets of plasteel or the other favela type buildings used around here.
What is the name of the arms dealer? Keep forgetting.
Jared, I think Jared, yeah.
Jared.
Yeah.
Arms dealer. And the forger is Sibella.
Yes.
Not Dibella.
No. Why would you assume that?
I don't know.
So, of course, you run into some firefights. You could try to avoid them with stealth, or you could fight your way through with whatever fighting skill you would like to use.
Rash jumps into the first fight.
All right. Melee?
Is it is it the Arbites?
Good question. It's not. It's two gangs fighting each other.
Okay, then he's not interested.
If they are if they are our own gangs, we are not going to interfere.
If
It's
we
not
run
the
across
bloody
any
fists. Yeah.
If we run across any Arbites, however,
Depending of the size of the force, of course. One or two, if they mess with us, we fight back. If there are a lot of them, we probably will try our way to talk our way out of it. Or use stealth or something.
I see.
I can also cast Warp Vortex and make them fall as a distraction for us to run away. Warp Vortex should be stronger. Should be like a real mini black hole or something.
Yeah, it sounds like something very terrible than simply
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
tripping people over.
Yeah.
I cast destruction. Then people simply fall down.
And you can only cast it on the ground. You cannot cast it like in the middle of the air. Because then you have a lot of people like floating and unable to do anything. But okay, it's a low level spell anyway. So we find we just find some gangers fighting. That's all, right?
Yes.
In our way. Okay.
You have to roll for stealth to avoid them, or they will engage with you.
If they engage, we just fight back. We are not like. Let me see. 78. I don't even need to see my value to know this sucks. So I guess Antioch has another of his attacks of speaking a foreign language.
Okay. You do get
So
shot.
Em 1987, as companhias aéreas pouparam $40.000 ao retirar uma azeitona de cada salada servida em primeira classe. No.
And there is an immediate response of bullets landing all over you, all around you.
Ah!
Will 8 damage go through your armor and toughness?
I don't think so. Let me
Okay.
just check.
I don't think so either.
I had 8 in my previous armor class, and now it's more than that.
What about Drash? What's your stealth roll?
Let's see.
It's 10,
Okay.
not 12. 10.
They see me.
Ooh. They hit you too. Eight damage. No penetration.
Rash will keep walking without paying me any mind.
Okay.
Just flexing on them.
Antioch feels like insulted in a way, but since he's not injured, he decides instead to ignore it and follow Drash. So,
The gangers keep firing. They won't chase you. They stay in their cover. And you move on. You make it to where Sibella must be. Roll awareness.
Awareness.
Oh, before we do,
Nice.
could I roll awareness to check for any chain knives?
Chain knives.
Yeah, from among the bodies.
Yeah, make an awareness test. With a minus 20, because you could be getting fired at while searching at the war zone.
I roll
Ooh.
success with 3 degrees of success.
Dress, you don't find any chain knives on the bodies on the floor. Don't see anybody using one either. You're pretty sure there are no knives on this level of this hive city at all. Also, Antioch. Looking around, you see most of the doors are closed around this area for protection. But there are some spots on the plascrete that are eroded or destroyed in some way that allow for people to walk through them. And you can see that one of the people inside a room that's approachable by one of these openings has a person that looks like what Jared described as Sibella. You see the characteristic prosthetic arm she has that has an autoquill on the end of it, and she is frantically writing on a lot of papers, a lot of papyrus, on a lot of what are they called? A lot of documents. You can see its finger is a separate pen or a pencil or a quill, and she's writing with every one of them on a different piece of paper.
Oh. Very efficient. Antioch bangs at the door with his staff.
With a jerky movement of her head, she stares at you, right in the eyes. And the mechanical voice announces, give me a second.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Antioch answers,
Miss Sibella, we have need of your expertise and your services. Gerard sent us.
I told him I'd give it to him when I'm done. I haven't found all the pieces I need. It's not done yet. He's gonna get killed.
Actually,
Antioch answers back,
It's not about that we are here. We need your help with some documents.
you were saying something, Drash?
You got out.
no.
Okay.
What kind of documents would you need? Is it a death certificate? Is it a proof of purchase? Is it access to one of the ships of planet?
We will need that eventually, but right now we are looking for some administratum credentials for a certified cryptographer.
A cryptographer and a certified bodyguard.
I actually don't know if there is a need for identify.
That's what I was gonna comment on.
Certification for a bodyguard? Isn't a thick skull credit enough? The administratum will think of anything these days to get thrones from poor stupid people.
I mean, the administration is indeed a clusterfuck of paperwork and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense. Anyway, Antioch looks at the sixth skull of Drash, and he kind of thinks, "Yeah, she's right."
Hey, it's just a heavy head.
Big boned.
And big boned.
Um, she stops for a moment, evidently thinking, calculating. She kind of looks like a tech priest with the augmentic arm and her augmenting eyes too.
Does she has twin machine guns
No.
like the ones in Austin Powers?
Yeah. No. Her clothing reveals a very slender figure. A very small figure, too. She is barely visible behind stacks of paper on the desk in front of her. You can only clearly make out the hand she's using to scribe, to write stuff, and the glint of her mechanical eyes behind her hood.
Licenses don't come free these days.
Name your price.
There is someone that has been jeopardizing my business. Someone that imitates my work. I need you to get rid of them. Or bring them to me alive.
We could just pay you.
No.
And where can we find this competition of yours?
They operate in the same block around here. They enjoy the protection of these plascrete hubs to hide. I've already sent a few thugs to them, but I have seen no desirable outcome from this. I believe our friend with the license for bodyguarding here will be up to this body work.
Where is this individual exactly?
She points out the next hub block.
One moment. Trash slips out and into the ship, into the dark.
Antioch follows him.
Is this area dark?
Not as dark as the other parts of the Hive City. These hub blocks have cables running through the walls, so there are some areas that have some light, but they are mostly dark. But not as dark as the rest of it. The rest of the
Drash wants
Hive City.
Drash wants to go into Batman mode again.
Yeah. Make an awareness
fine.
test.
Both of
Okay.
us.
Yes.
Fail.
Well, I go lumbering around like a lummox, but I'm pretty wide-eyed.
Yeah. Well, you can tell that whoever is in here has been uh, is being protected by someone. You can see fortifications that have been set up relatively lately. New stuff, barbed wire, repaired bulkheads. You can see some parts that were broken have been fixed now. And there is also people that report your presence and movements around the hub.
Any interest visible?
There are doorways and hallways you can go through, yes.
Wait a minute. Do I have it?
The
I
person
don't think
you
so.
are looking for is most likely hiding from you now that they have been made aware of your presence here.
I want to cast Divination Precognition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. This does not give me what I want. The Divination Precognition only gives you the evasion tests bonus. So if I get attacked, I see it coming. It doesn't show me what will happen. It doesn't show me information of the future.
Mm.
That's another spell for a higher level spell. This one is not good for that. So I guess we'll just have to get in.
Okay. There is a certain bulkhead door that seems to be the strongest one around here. It probably protects the most important person in the hub.
Can we get up to it without any issue?
Yes, you can get to it, yeah.
Okay, it's not locked.
You get to the door, and the door is closed in front of you.
Okay. Antioch tries to open the door normally, and is it locked or it is locked?
It doesn't open.
Locked then.
Access denied.
Exit denied. Any windows?
No.
No.
Security.
Make a security test.
Security is.
I think I will get in.
Ooh. This is typical Imperial stuff. Nothing too fancy. A heretic, a tech priest that respects themselves could go through this with their cogitators turned off, most likely. It's simply a pin code you have to enter to go through. And as you know, the most common code around here Can you guess what it is?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Password. Oh, okay.
I was thinking of 40,000, but that's good too. And the bulkhead opens, and in front of you, you see a terrified person. It is a man of average stature. He's wearing Imperial Administratum agent clothes, and he has a las pistol in his hands. He's shaking. He's going to take a shot at whoever opened the door, and misses. It is your turn.
Rash will point at him with a lightning claw and say, "You, show me your work."
He takes a quick glimpse at the desk behind him, and you can see a lot of papers, a lot of paperwork, a lot of documents, similar to Sibella's desk, really. Only that he seems to have some prints, some tools that seem to be official, while Sibella has to craft her own from scratch or use forged ones. He seems to have the real stuff. Either he is an active Imperial Administratum agent, or he used to and kept the tools, or he got his hands on the good stuff.
Does it look like? Is it small enough that we can move it easily, or is it more that it's too heavy and bulky to move?
The tools?
Yes.
You could fit most of the stuff in a big bag. But there are some heavier pieces, like imagine a printer the size of a desk. Stuff like this would require at least 2 people to move, and it would take time too.
Antioch says,
We are in a bit of a dilemma here. These documents seem more official, but this man here seems more unpredictable. He might become a problem to us. Probably the safe way is to bring him back to Sibella, regardless of the quality of his own work.
All right. Knockout.
Roll for it.
I think that's much 20. That does give me. Is just enough.
Okay. If I remember correctly, there is a scribe model somewhere. Give me a second. Anyway, this is Sibella. And I'll be using this one for the agent. The agent gets knocked out by a well-placed punch to the prefrontal cortex, goes limp on his chair.
We'll pick him up and carry him back to Sibylla. Holding him up by his collar like the scruff, like a cat by the scruff.
Sibella lifts her eyes towards you. Lets the document she is forging to the side. Gets up from her desk. Comments.
Very efficient. Very well done. Now let's see what is up with our little friend over here.
He did have some very professional equipment.
To compensate for the lack of talent. Well, I have some questions for our friend. Do you mind restraining him and returning him to a conscious state?
How would I wake him up? Just shake him, or
Yeah.
okay? Drash will hold down his arms and shake him about.
The agent awakens in pain, probably concussed, still concussed. Doesn't recognize where he is. Asks a few questions like, where am I? Who are you? And in return, Sibella scratches his cheek with one of her pointy appendices on her scribing hand. And there's a drop of blood dripping down his cheek. She grabs his face with her metallic arm.
Give me the codes.
He's resisting, saying, what codes? I don't have any codes. I forge documents just like you do. I don't have any legitimate codes. I only forge the documents using the tools I've stolen from a raid I financed. It's not my problem. You don't have any competent minions. You can make a scrutiny test with -20. Shibella seems to be frustrated that she hasn't received the answer she wanted, and seems to believe that this guy does indeed not have what she's looking for. Useless, she comments. Untalented and useless.
Liar! Tell us the codes and shake him. Yep, and roll intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
Antioch decides to send a thought to Sibella.
Yes.
Let me see. I still have to roll for
Any situational modifiers for intimidate?
40. I don't need.
No.
Thought sending is really, really easy. And I say through the minds, I say this.
I can extract from his mind any information that you want, including your codes.
Sibella kind of looks
I said-
around. Yep.
I send a thought for her to understand that I have real power to do that.
Hmm.
She looks around, so I send another one. Okay.
I'm right in front of you. I'm the smaller man with the staff.
And with my face, I look at her as I know that I'm talking to her.
Hmm.
Oh, well then, don't stand there looking at me. Do the thing.
And she starts tapping her metallic fingers on the desk rhythmically, one by one, one after the other.
So I'm going to use the staff, give some plus 20. Mind probe.
Anticipating
Jesus
the
Christ,
result.
seriously? 73. It's still with the staff, it's too much. I fail.
You can use an infamy point to reroll, I believe.
Reroll. I'm going to do that, yes. This is stupid. 15, okay. Okay, it's time for another scratching everything that he has. Everything that he has in his mind.
You go through his mind like a scribe's quill going through a document. You access every minute detail he hides in his head. There is no corner of his brain that is inaccessible to you. You can see that he was indeed a legitimate administratum officer, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And he got fired because he was leaking documents to people he shouldn't. And he was also doing some forging for the extras on the side. He was hustling. And for that, he chose, when he got discovered, he chose to run away to the lower decks, lower levels, instead of stay there and await execution. And he decided that carrying his equipment with him would also help him get a solid foothold and continue his illegal work down here.
I make a signal to Sibel to give me a pen and paper so I can write the codes.
The codes Sibella is referring to is the codes that indicate that some files are legitimate. It is something that changes over some time, and she requires them to forge papers that seem to be more recent. Because the codes she had probably were from the previous ones, meaning they were over 100 years old.
I write the codes and give the paper back. I write the codes and I have the paper in my hand, and then I say, "This will be the payment for your services, and will be even." And I give her the paper.
I accept the trade. Tell me, what do you want? Exactly.
We want valid IDs for me and for my companion here, my bodyguard. An ID and a certification that indicates me as a proper cryptographer, an experienced cryptographer recognized by the administration.
Mm-hmm. She immediately gets down to her desk, and after rotating through a few quills in her prosthetic arm, decides on which one to use and starts scribing. After a few moments of looking and searching through various documents, logs, books, catalogs, and whatever else, she has 3 papers for you.
A license for a cryptographer distinguished, valid throughout the whole galaxy. No one in the Imperium will dare to second guess its authenticity. A proof of services for the bodyguard, and a license for starving right here.
A license for what? For starving?
As a bonus, she gives you a license for stabbing.
Stabbing. Okay. Do you need that? Oh, of course. Like stabbing is legal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Antioch answers, "I very much thank you for your services. Possibly we might need them again, and I wish you good luck in your endeavors." And Antioch decides to leave. I don't know if Trash decides to stay.
You still need this one, perhaps as an assistant of some sort. He indicates the man in his arms.
I have no need of this fraud. You can do with him as you please.
Very well. Oh, and you may be interested in his equipment. It is, for what it's worth, it looks like it would make your throughput much higher. And he'll walk out as soon as he's outside of some distance outside of away from Sibylla's little hole. He will bite the man's throat and drink his blood.
Understandable.
Understandable.
The man starts to scream as your teeth go through his flesh, and when you finally reach his arteries, he falls silent. You can feel his warm blood all over your face, filling your mouth, and dripping down on the floor.
Antioch decides to take off his clothes and keep them. They might be useful for the future.
Mm-hmm.
As
Don't
long
be
as,
quite bad
as if
at the
they
moment.
fit. Nothing that a good scrubbing will not solve. So, equipment.
Administratum
that'll be-
agent clothes.
And that'll be that.
Mission successful.
I don't know why, but I love that sound, that jingle. It's something so positive.
Yeah.
Heads or tails? Noise.
Nice. You can hear intense scribbling coming from her room as you walk away. Hmm.
Well, I suppose once we give those clothes a wash, I believe we have our cover.
Indeed. It is time for some disguising and some more subtle ways of action.
I suppose we'll go back to whatever our new little hidey hole is and get prepared.
Yep. Do we cross again? We cross gangers again on the way out, or it's just quick? I guess it's quick.
Yeah, you know how to avoid
No-
them.
No accidents.
No accidents. No foiling. The gang war is still going on. It hasn't subsided at all. But since you already crossed that area, you know where to go to avoid the thick of it.
Oh right, I forgot about the corpse carrier. He knew the places to go and come and go without being noticed. We can use him.
Indeed.
To
You
avoid
haven't met him yet since
Yeah,
that
that's
time.
yeah. It's not. I think it's not like we can just ring the bell and call him as we wish.
We could try.
Since you're looking for someone, make an awareness test.
Awareness is perception. I pass. One degree of success, but I pass.
I just fail.
Well, every human might seem the same in the eyes of an Astartes. But Antioch knows that wherever there's bodies on the floor, the man you're looking for won't be far away. And indeed, not too far away from where much of the fighting happens, you find the man you're looking for. Carrying a still bleeding unlucky guy on his back.
Bring out your dead.
He's slowly lumbering the body around. Whoops. There are others that do what he does.
Yeah, I suppose you're not the only smart one who decides to make a living out of that.
Yeah.
Corpse man, did you receive our delivery?
He halts.
I received your blessing, kind sir. A lot of work that was, I reckon. I am thoroughly thankful for that. A lot of dead men walked again that day. All because of you. And I'll keep my part of the bargain, I reckon. I'll show you around.
And he lets you in on a little secret he has. Some passageways, some openings between the various levels of the Hive City.
Antioch asks him,
Do you know the way to the Red Rooms?
Red rooms are bad business. Not a lot of solid bodies out of there, I reckon. I do know them. I do know how to find them. I've seen people go in and out of them. It's the dead that have seen it all in this city. And I have seen many dead, I reckon.
He tells you of hidden passages. He also points out the locations of most, if not all, the red rooms in the lower decks and how you can get there the fastest. Now, the information that he gives you means that you can basically sort of fast travel around the Hive City, especially in the lower levels. And
so that means we can avoid places of firefight or something like that.
yes.
Okay.
And mechanics wise, it gives you a plus 30 to moving silently throughout the city in a grand scale. For example, going from one point to the other without
Being
dragging
detected?
without being detected, without attracting any attention. You have a plus 30 on
Okay.
your stealth roll.
Nice.
And it could also, based on the situation, give you entrance to some areas. For example, the bunker here, these battery stations, these heavy batteries, hub blocks, houses, from one level to the other, stuff like that.
Rash will look at the corpse man and say, out of curiosity, what do you do with these?
I give them to the feeding man.
He makes them into food for the lower levels. Some say it's why the people down there get mutated.
Probably why they don't remember to come up to this level looking for food. It's like feeding the rats in the lower level so they don't invade the upper levels.
Whatever the case may be, it keeps my belly full, so I'll keep doing it, I reckon.
Good luck to you. If we have any bodies to dispose of, we'll contact you.
Thank you very much once again. Now the dead have to walk once again, I reckon. He starts slowly moving away.
I wonder if he keeps some female corpses for himself. Don't think about it.
Antioch, I did not need that image.
This was not Antioch speaking, which makes it even worse.
True. Oh my god. Hope the police isn't watching the stream.
Well, with that done, we should go start looking like Imperial citizens and start making a request to the get introduced to the governor.
Yes. It's time to rise in the ranks. Or we could decide to find one of the red rooms since we already know how to find them. But since there are several, it will take some time to look each one. We could try the upper level first.
You know, considering our immediate goals, it may be in our interest to meet the governor where he is not playing a public official.
That is an option, indeed.
Unless you intend to seduce him into the ways of Zinch as an administratum cartographer, I don't believe that will there won't be much opportunity otherwise.
I want to turn him into a Zinj agent, but for now we just engage him as proper citizens, indeed. It's safer. It's less risky. One way or another, we will need him as still governor from this hive city.
Well, as you wish, but if you won't listen to my advice, I'll keep it to myself next time.
Advice taken.
Oh, who are we kidding? I'll give it anyways. Okay, then we shall go and switch our ship.
Let's change our clothes. Going to wash the clothes from the blood. Wait. Was the Imperial Administraton wearing a coat,
Yes.
like a distinct coat or something like that? Because then I guess I'll just use the coat.
Okay.
I'll guess Drash will exchange. Will well, I guess he's already using the Carapace armor.
Not yet, but we'll get
No.
there.
Okay, because I don't know if I should walk around without any armor, just the clothes. Therefore, I would use the cloak of the administration guy over the armor.
And probably not a good idea until we're in the actual until we're in the upper hive.
What, wearing the coat right now?
I mean about going to the going without armor.
Yeah. I think I'm going to keep the armor on still, and don on the cloak when we are in the upper level.
Mm-hmm.
So did we decide then? Go to the upper level right now, or go look for one of the red rooms first?
Well, I prefer one of the red rooms, but I guess you're the tiebreaker.
No, that's okay. We'll go for the red room first. I kind of want to avoid going one place to then another place, then go back, then go forth, then go back. Not very a fan of that. So let's go after the red room.
Very well.
We'll go to the closest. Maybe we
get the
get
name
lucky.
of the hierarchy.
No,
The
I don't
name,
think so.
the proper name of the Archon is just Archon that we know of.
The name of the Lord Archon is Salvador.
Salvador? Seriously? Salvador. Salvatore.
Salvador Altard. Lord
Salvatore Altard?
Yes.
More like be Altard for me. I don't want to be cancelled. Salvador Altard.
Lord Archon of Melothrax. Now, let me see. This is obviously an area where a few people come.
Even gangers?
Yeah.
Only the dangerous come here.
Because of what goes down in here, those who visit this place have a very certain goals, very certain wishes.
You know what? I think it's something that we are not expecting. Something completely different. Not the usual stuff that you tend to find in these places. Probably a bunch of guys playing Magic the Gathering or something.
It's not that bad, come on.
Second I see
Yeah, I guess.
anything to do with cartoon horses, I am out.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're not... You're not a My Little Pony guy, then.
In that case, let's go to another map then.
Oh, you know Slanesh is deeply involved in that. You just know it. So weird.
Do you have the Cynesians skill?
Whoa. Yes, I do, and it's tingling.
Make a Cynesians
Do any-
test.
I don't remember if I have a bonus for that. Do I have a bonus for Cynesians? I have plus 10, yeah. It's willpower. Wait, Cynesians is willpower. No, it's perception. Forget it. But with the bonus, it's plus 10.
Cynesians.
Whoa. 8. Completely pass with how many degrees of success? Perception is 43, so it's like 4 degrees of success.
You can feel the atmosphere charged with emotion. It is the fuel of the warp. There are very intense emotions being felt here.
Can I detect what kind of emotions they are?
You can feel a mix of ecstasy, pleasure, agony, pain. It is as if the emotional spectrum has been crumbled, and made into an incoherent mass where every emotion is felt at the same time. Not by the same person all at once, but
A
as
group of
a
persons, I
sum,
guess.
as a whole, in this area, there is every emotion felt to excessive extents.
I say this to Drash.
I feel the presence of the warp in this place. Several emotions, different but related. I believe we are in the den of Slanesh. But I cannot tell if they will be hostile to us or not. Anyway, stay put. Be careful.
Of course.
The first person to approach you is a hunched, scrawny person who is offering you a key. He doesn't look at you in the eyes. He looks on the floor. He looks at the floor and your feet. He offers you the key with both his hands open. He's got parts of his fingers missing. And his breathing is cumbersome.
I want to check for scholastic lore occult
Okay, go ahead.
on the key.
Yes.
Probably is nothing, but you never know. Scholastic is what? It's 0. Anyway. It's intelligence. 44. 48. Ah, just above it. Okay, I fail.
Okay.
Well, I look at the key. I don't actually can tell anything.
Yeah, the key
different or
doesn't
special
have
about it.
any specific
Doesn't have
anything noteworthy about it. It is a key to a door.
Okay, I assume that could be like an ornamental key or something like that, but no. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple key.
Okay. And what else?
The moment you pick up the key, the person offering you it remains at the same posture, at the same stance with his hands extended, and is now extending them to you even more, seemingly asking for something in return.
I ask him,
What do you want?
Perhaps payment.
maybe an item. An invitation, probably.
Rash pulls out Rage's decaying head from his bag and puts it in that slave's hands.
That will do something.
The hunted person picks it up and hastily moves away. Oh. 3-pointer. Damn. There is an eerie silence present. There are rooms to your.
I suppose
yeah.
I suppose the Sanician sense is still tingling, right? It's not like
Yeah.
it's subsumed or something like that. Okay, so it's constant. It's still here.
Looking at the key and looking at the closest door, you can see that there are symbols that most likely match between the doors and the keys. Your key doesn't match the closest door, but you can you would be able to recognize the door of the door corresponding to your key.
Let's say if this place has a bar.
This place, what? Sorry?
It
Has
has a bar.
A bar.
Drash wants to drink. Looking around you, you don't see anybody else or nothing else that seems like a bar. The service that this place provides seem to be solely
within its room.
Humanity 0 out of 10. This place is getting a bad review on Yelp.
Antioch will then walk into the door with the markings of the key
Mm-hmm.
and put the key on its lock and turn the key.
You can feel a little bit of resistance when you turn the key, and with a satisfying mechanical click, you can feel it unlock.
And locks, and I guess the door opens, or it's able to be open, and I open the door.
The door opens.
And what do I see inside? Do I see inside? Is it light?
Yes, the room is lit, even though it is dimly so. And you can see people chained to the walls. There's 4 people. 2 women, 2 men.
2 women and 2 men. They are chained to the wall. Are they like naked or just with regular clothes?
They wear regular clothes, yes.
Do they show signs of violence inflicted upon them?
Yes, it seems like they have been victims of blunt force, and their cuffs, their wrists, betray that they have been attempting to escape from their cuffs, but failing to do so.
I cast mind probe on one of them. That is the one that seems more like conscious, or
Mm-hmm.
the
Do
one
they
that
look
seems
drugged
like
out?
less.
Do they look drugged?
Make a Medicare test
Medicaid.
for to assess their situation, and
It's 20.
Antioch, you can go ahead and cast your mind probe.
Using the staff. Okay, I pass.
Well, holy crap.
Ooh,
Pass with minus 20.
it's been a good day for Dras today.
24.
Looking at at their pupils, at the expression on their faces, how they react to stimuli, you can 100% tell that they have been drugged in some way, either before being brought here or after. And they are still affected by whatever drug they were administered. There is a few people that would not recoil to a Night Lord Raptor approaching them like this.
Antioch passes mind probe with 3 degrees of success.
Hmm?
And what does he find? What do I know?
You see the life of an ordinary citizen of Hive City Melothrax. A clerk, a technician, a servant, administratum agent, whatever his life or her life might have been, at some point they were attacked, ambushed, drugged.
Oh no, I
They
realized.
were abducted.
Okay, no. I realized something.
What?
I rolled for doubles,
Ooh.
and
That means one thing.
is the final point the ones that count, or is the rolls?
It's the roll.
Because okay, so you know what that means.
Have you been rolling unfettered or?
Phenomena. Dresh doesn't need to worry because I'm going to spend a point that allows him to not suffer phenomena. But these poor people, I don't know. Okay.
What's it gonna be? Total annihilation? A cold breeze?
And I rolled a 52. They are lucky. No perils for the war tonight. So what we get? Let me see. I love reading this. Finding the phenomena table, it's a problem.
Page 211.
211.
52.
52. No, I want to read it.
Discharge. Okay, go ahead.
Between 47 and 55, warp whispers. The voices of the demons fill the air within 4D 10 meters of the psyker. Whispering.
You're reading the perils of the warp.
Oh, am I? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am. Sorry. So phenomena is okay. Total above 53. Actinic discharge. Static electricity fills the air within 5D 10 meters, causing hair to stand on the end and unprotected electronics to short out, while the psyche is reading in Eldritch lightning. It's a nice light show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing happens.
The lights flicker. And everybody in the room senses their hair being charged.
Yeah, but if they are drugged, they barely notice, I guess.
Yeah. And so, delving deeper into this person's mind, you can see the moment when they were abducted, how they lost consciousness at some point after that, and how they found themselves here, in this unknown environment, in this dark room, being handled by sketchy figures, disfigured people, missing limbs, all their teeth missing, and there are an eye gouged out, or even both sometimes. Something very terrible happens down here.
Or very pleasurable. Or both.
The line is blurred between
That
those.
line probably doesn't even exist. So I say to Drash what I've seen, I've learned, and I say also we are most definitely in the presence of a chaos cultist here. Let's find out more. Probably an alliance will be possible. I wonder if the Ark is involved somewhat. That would ease our task.
Quite probably, but will also introduce unnecessary friction if our goal is to make this world worship the changer. Crash will look up and say, or look at each one of them in the eye and say, Hello, friends. How are you this evening?
Barely being able to formulate a sentence, whoever of them is able to do so simply says, "Help." Also, you notice that one of them has their tongue cut out, so they're not able to speak, but you can see them struggle to do so. You can read the expression on their face. They also are asking for release, for help.
Well, Antioch, did you want to go probing around to see if you were, if anybody here recognizes the the governor?
I don't think asking them will have any use because they seem too much drugged to any coherent response. And from what I saw, From what I saw, I didn't saw the Archon in them, only the mutated cultists.
Oh, not
Maybe in
these
the
people.
other rooms.
Oh, not these people. Perhaps you wish to interview those little homunculuses that run around here.
Let's try then.
You go ahead. I will. He glances at over his shoulder at the people. Keep these people warm for you. I feel nostalgic. Time to get in touch with my roots, as they say.
Very well. I know where. I know where to find you then.
Antioch then leaves the room. He goes looking for one of the other short people.
Or did I send him? You find one of them waiting at around the same spot where the one you initially saw was. He responds to the noise you make, and when he gets closer, you can see that he is blind, and he approaches you with his arms extended.
I ask him,
Where are your masters?
He breathes heavily and says, Master, Master.
Antioch decides to ask him again.
I want clear answers, or I'll take them from you. Where are you? Who is your master, and where is he or her?
He produces a similar key to the one you have already received and repeats, You are master. You are master. With a pained grunt, he bows down to you and offers you the key again.
I grab the key. Does he still has his hands extended as waiting for something for me to give?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have any much. I just go back to where Drash is and I ask him to cut the tongue or a finger of any other of the prisoners and give it to me.
What is Drash doing in here?
Rash is making a human hide coat.
Okay, I was afraid that he had his pants down.
I got someone else's pants down, but more to get access to the skin underneath.
Antioch asks Drash if he has like fingers, if he has some fingers that can give him some spare fingers that he took or something.
Oh, sure. Give me just a second. He'll get this. He'll get the
Just pulls them
Yes,
out.
guy. Guy he'll just twiddle a finger, twist it off, and give the skinless thing to Antioch. Here you go.
You know, to take a finger, you only need to chew the force of chewing a carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just your mind doesn't allow you to bit a human finger.
I haven't bothered to try it, but sounds believable.
Yeah, I choose to believe too. Chainsaw will probably ruin the most of it. So I have like I know.
It doesn't sound too. Doesn't sound too believable. I've gotten my fingers stuck in plenty of doors and shit, and they haven't come off at all.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, I give one finger to the midget here.
He takes it and scuttles off. You can hear him chewing on it.
Oh. So the other one probably made soup with the head. Antioch looks at the key. If it has any markings, does it has any markings?
Yes.
Then he goes to look for another room with the similar markings.
You find the corresponding door.
Okay. Antioch puts the key on the lock, turns it. Can he open the lock or no?
Yes. The lock opens.
The lock opens and he opens the door and enters inside the room. How it is? Is it like dimly light like the other one?
Yeah, the layout of the room is pretty similar to the one you were previously. Now, this one has only one person inside it, who is also chained to the wall,
Okay.
with similar markings and signs of violence inflicted upon him. There is also a weapon in the room, close to him, not too close where he can reach it, but close enough where he would be able to pick it up quickly if he was released.
What kind of... Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
What kind of weapon is?
It's a
blade?
It's a blade, yeah. It's the
Blade.
okay. Naginata he's wielding here.
Okay.
And this person seems a lot more athletic than the others in the previous room. And it looks like he is a person that would wield such a weapon. It is as if the blade belongs to him, and it was deliberately put in here with him.
I want to expect him if he is drugged, if he is aware, conscious or is he unconscious? So I have to check for perception.
Make a Medicare test.
Medicae. Medicae is intelligence, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
It is. Medicae. It's intelligence plus -20, so it's... I don't think I'm going to pass this one, but let's try it. 29. And I have a penalty of how much? 20? So for intelligence, 29, 24. No, 64. Wait. It's 29 with penalty of 20. It's 44, and it's 49 and I'm 44. Okay, I've failed in this case. Wait, I really did this wrong. I have to have under. I rolled a 49. Yes, too much.
Okay.
Too much. So it's 69.
Well, he's unconscious, his eyes are closed, and he breathes slowly.
Okay, I will try to mind pro him using the staff. 93. It's too high. I fail.
Okay.
I can can't find nothing from him. So I just choose to hit him in the head with the staff, trying to wake him up.
He regains consciousness and tries to attack you, but he fails to do so since he is chained to the wall.
What do I choose to do? Since he's chained, what can I do for him? To him. I'm going to roll again for mind probe.
Okay.
Using the staff. 45. And I think is 55. Yes, I pass. 1 degree of success. What do I find?
You find that this person wishes to harm you as he believes you are his captor. He's thinking of breaking loose of the chains somehow and picking up his blade and carving you up. He doesn't remember how he got here. He only remembers being in a cheap establishment on the higher decks, the higher levels, drinking. Getting in a drinking competition with a shady person that bet that whoever won the competition would win the sum of money. So he drank, but then, for whatever reason, completely lost control and doesn't remember anything else from that night. Now he wakes up here, fearing for the worst. He had heard of the rooms the nobility go to in the lower decks to partake in dubious activities.
I would say family fun.
He doesn't know exactly what happens, but he knows that for even though he was working as protection for some nobles, they would go here, they would come to those rooms without anyone accompanying them for secrecy. And he only knew that there was debauchery going down, not knowing.
Debauchery.
He would imagine drugs, sex, or whatever else. But he feels that you are here for neither of those.
He is right. That he is right. What to do with him? I came out of the room, go back to Drash and explain to him, there's another one in the other room. He has a weapon in case you have some other type of fun. I will continue to search.
We posted.
Give me more fingers.
Here, you can have this. He'll give him a
I
flayed
never,
head.
I never expected on my life saying something like that. Give me more fingers. In
That's
whatever
what she said.
Crash will give him a flayed head.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I guess another one of those little guys will make another soup with the head.
Now, a bunch of those little guys show up.
I hope they don't try to eat me.
And
Do
they
do
all...
they do this?
Yeah, they are
They
all asking.
extend their hands.
Yeah. They're all begging. They're all asking for you to give them something.
Okay. Do they all have keys?
Yes.
And then I take all the keys and give them each one finger or the head or whatever I have.
Mm-hmm. They give you the keys, and when they receive your payment, they turn to one another, trying to take each other's payment for themselves,
Oh, okay.
and they fight. They are ferocious. They are vicious. You see that the body parts they were missing is probably from these kind of conflicts with one another, from these type of fights, this competition. Their
Antioch
grunts.
decides to,
Yeah.
Antioch decides to leave for the next room. And the key. And the usual stuff. Put the key on the lock, unlocks the door, opens the door, goes inside. I will assume it's as lit as the others.
Yes.
And what does he find in the third room?
In the third room, there is there is something like a hospital bed with some equipment next to it. Let's see if I can find it quickly.
Oh, some medical play, I guess.
You can roll tech use to sort of deduce what this device is for. There it is.
Tech cues. Do I have tech cues? I don't have. So it's penalty 20 on intelligence. Oh, fail. Huge fail.
You have no idea what this bed does. You can only see that it has obvious ports where it connects to hands, feet, and face.
I have to level up my tech cues in the future. The Q-Sol Magister is both adept in sorcery and tech use, but it doesn't get in his base stats. He doesn't get tech use. I don't know why. But anyway, there's nobody else in the room. Just the bed.
Yes.
Then I leave the room and go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I will assume the same stuff. Open the door with the key. Unlock the door. Open the door and go inside. Light. What does it have inside?
In here, you can see some boxes. They look like refrigeration units.
Probably body parts. Roll for perception or open the boxes.
You can open the boxes, they are not locked.
Okay, open the boxes then.
Inside the boxes there are small vials of liquids of varying colors. There are purple vials, there are bright green vials, there are black vials, and there are clear vials.
I will take like one of those. One of each with me.
Mm-hmm.
So how many different vials are there? 4 or 5?
Five, yeah.
5 different vials of some substance.
These are very obviously drugs. You're not sure what kind of drugs they are, but most likely potent ones, very potent ones, to be kept in such small quantities and in such specific conditions.
I leave the room and go to the next room.
Mm-hmm.
Open the door, the lock, the key, etc., etc. Go inside. What do I find inside?
There is a woman chained to a bed.
Is she conscious?
As conscious as the rest of the people you met in here.
Okay, drugged. Also.
Barely so, yeah.
I try to mind probe her.
Mm-hmm.
So, using the staff. 47 with the staff. And with how much is like... It's 45. It's... Oh, no, it's 55. I was wrong. I succeed with 1 degree of success.
Mm-hmm. Her surface thoughts are very similar to every other person you mind probe down here. They are not aware
she
of
was-
where they are. They are
She was in the
afraid.
party, I guess.
She's still alive. She is a prostitute. She was paid to visit someone's house, but she never made it there. She was abducted somewhere in between. Obviously, someone knew which route she would take and set an ambush for her.
Does Antioch see any faces? Captors, probably.
Gonna roll an awareness test for her. Well, you can definitely tell from what she managed to see before she had her head covered by the captors that it definitely wasn't the little guys that are down here. It was someone else, someone a regular person that did it, that captured her.
Doesn't seem that I'm going to learn any more about that, so I leave the room and go to the next. How many keys do I have, and how many rooms
This is
are there
the
left?
last key you have.
The last key, the last one, okay. Yeah, 6.
I don't have anyone out here. In here, you see a very obviously
Let me guess. Some fighter is free and is going to attack me.
No. It is someone dressed in military garb, chained to the wall again, with all the insignia of a imperial commissar.
Oh. I guess he's also semi-unconscious like the others. Drugged.
Yes. Yes, yes.
I cast mind probe on him.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in asking questions at this point. Come on, yes. 4 degrees of success.
Okay. This commissar, he is actually a commissar. It's not just the clothes on a random person.
Okay.
He's fought for the Imperium. He's killed for the Imperium. And he was in command of some soldiers in a theater of war, and he won in the end. He won the fight, but he had quite a lot of casualties, and among the casualties were some soldiers of more noble standing. And when he returned to this planet, to this hive city, with the rest of the troops, he was accused by some noble house that he mishandled the troops in his command. And one of the nobles threatened him with death and other various such insults and threats. And the thing that ringed out the most to this commissar and was the weirdest was the "we will meet again" part.
We will meet again. So it seems that the noble house that lost those soldiers was the one who put him here, and he probably came here. Do I learn of the noble family?
Yes.
The name of something? What
You
did they
can
call
learn
it?
the name of the noble family. It's the House of Grey Castle.
Grey Castle.
Yes.
Grey Castle. Anything else?
That's the most important stuff. While inside his mind, you can constantly hear him praying to the God Emperor of mankind for salvation.
Antioch is not necessarily knows if he will be aware, but Antioch will send a mind thought into him that only says this: the Emperor cannot save you.
The commissar awakes and starts shouting at the top of his lungs to be left out, to be taken away from here. He starts crying to the Emperor to save him.
Antioch decides to say,
What was your reward for serving your precious emperor? You lead your troops to war. And what happens? The emperor allows you to be sent into this place. Think about it. Think if there isn't another option. Why don't you think really deep into it? Maybe another power is above your emperor.
Even if they kill me down here, no matter how much they make me suffer, I will join him in his Legion of the Dead. And when he awakens, I will be brought back. And then with all my hate, with all my might, I will smite those who wronged me, those who wronged his loyal servant. I will purge this world of their presence. I will kill the heretic, purge the unclean. Just like I have done with the Xenos.
I heard all of that. I've heard all of that. And those words are empty. So it's true that even in death, you and your kind serve the Emperor. There are other powers that go above and beyond that. And you will wish to be dead if you face the wrong side of it. You still have a choice. Do you dare to follow it? Or do you rather be another of the Emperor's lackeys, writing in your own mediocrity?
and with that, the Antioch just walks. And with that, Antioch just turns his back and walks away.
Okay.
But what you were asking me to roll for it?
Charm test with minus 30.
Then I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Anything that can have a transformation, I will do it. Or a charm test with what?
Minus 30.
Minus 30.
Because
Impressive.
he's a loyal subject of the Emperor.
Minus 30 gives me 71. I don't think that's enough. Let me see. Charm. And charm is...
Fellowship.
I have charm. I know. Fellowship. Yeah. Then that's not enough.
Okay.
Fellowship. It's not enough. It's not. A pity. So what does happen?
He keeps praying to the God Emperor of mankind.
And Antioch leaves the room, locks the door behind, and laughs. Goes back to Trash and generally explains what he found.
Oh, good. I'm running out of materials here.
Yeah. You're made aware of the contents of the rest of the rooms. The other rooms Antioch went anyway.
So at least we have a lead of some sort.
Indeed.
Am I ca-
The only true
Okay.
lead is the name of the house, Grey Castle. You should inquire more about it. Maybe the Archon is connected to it in some way.
Perhaps. Tell me, how do you like my new jacket?
How many skins are there? You are a big man.
5. I did visit that man with the pole arm in the other room.
Did you kill him immediately, or did you allow them to believe they could defeat you?
Oh, I didn't release him from the wall.
Sometimes giving them hope that you break them in front of them, it's more devastating.
True, but it is not efficient.
I see your point.
Does the area with the rooms have any more room to explore, or just that?
There are more rooms, but there are no more scrawny little people to give you keys outside.
They probably killed themselves all or something. But I was asking more in a sense if there are like different rooms with different utilities or something.
Like,
Yeah,
is
there
there
are-
an office?
Like a large room for, like, I don't know, several matrons and patrons to engage with each other, like a bar, like Dresh talked about the bar.
There are more rooms that you haven't been in. They are locked, like the ones you opened. They require a key. Which you do not have at the moment.
And I don't think there's anything else to find there, probably even. I was expecting to find someone as like in control of the area, even a low level supervisor or something besides the small guys.
Let's be thorough. I want to see if
Well,
there's anything similar to files or a database that we can tap into.
yeah, and there are all the other red rooms around too.
Hmm.
Still, I don't feel like I have to search for each and every one of them. That the corpse guy said how many there were, or how many does he know?
He said, I believe he said there were 14 or that he knew.
14. It's probably too much. I mean, if the GM thinks we should do it, we do. But the GM says you will go to the other rooms before I allow you to progress. I want you to munch the numbers, crunch the numbers. Actually,
Hmm.
Well, Drash steps out and he'll start bellowing. Homunculus, I demand more sport. I need to fashion a kill to match this.
Uh-huh.
you said the small guys were fighting each other. I guess one or two might have been dead. No.
There is no one that's visible here. You can see blood splatter all over the place, but there's no bodies.
Are there blood trails of some sort?
Well, you can follow a blood trail, yes. But one of them soon comes out of hiding and presents you with a key.
Oh, more keys.
It's a key that's different to the others you've had so far.
Oh,
Seems
Antioch joins
more
Trash
intricate
with him.
Yeah. Make a forbidden lore. Let me see the list of forbidden lores.
There's occult, there's demonology, I think, and warp. Let me see. I know that I have, because I have all of those. I think.
The occult might be scholastic lore.
Scholastic lore. So
Yeah.
yes, forbidden lore, psychers,
mysteries,
demonology,
occult
and warp.
items. Yeah, it's either an occult lore or a
Scholastic lore, occult. That's
or
what I
a-
have. And then
yeah,
I
you
have
can roll
forbidden
that,
lore, psychers.
or yeah, what forbidden lore do you have?
I have forbidden lore for psychers, demonology, and warp. All three.
Okay. You can either roll for occult or demonology.
Then I roll for demonology. I have highest points for those.
Okay.
55, and I will use. No, it's not using. It's not a power. Forget it. Come on. Ah, fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna spend an infamy point before reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Again. Screw you. Okay, fine. I guess another infamy point. I mean, can I spend more than one infamy point on one test?
I don't think so. No.
Then I guess that's it. I fail then.
Okay.
Drash takes the key.
You have successfully acquired key. The little person leaves immediately.
immediately.
starts.
He doesn't ask for anything.
No.
Oh. Okay, maybe this should not be allowed, but just because you make us roll for Forbidden Lore Demonology means that this key will take to a room and there's like probably a lower demon inside or something. Or maybe something. Okay, I
I
don't
don't know what to tell you.
know. No, you just don't want to tell us, and I don't expect you to. So, but there is another room, right?
Yes.
That has for that key, and we have to find it then.
What doors has he not opened up?
Well, the key doesn't seem to match any of those regular red room doors. But it feels like it belongs to a certain small opening on the wall over there. And when you take it close to said opening, the wall lights up with intricate patterns of dancing lights and geometrical shapes dancing around. And the key has the same glow on it.
Hmm.
I expect a big booty, big boobs demon inside. I don't know why. Trying to seduce us.
Rash already his bolt pistol and slot in the key.
That's what she said. What happens now?
The door unlocks. And we will see inside on our next session.
Come on. Okay. Leave us on a
The
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Yep.
Indeed.
I guess it made sense.
Let's see. Can I raid someone's stream?
You want to raid someone's stream?
Mm-hmm.